Hi again everyone, this is my third video answering questions from the video that I made where I asked you to go ahead and ask me any questions you had. So I've been answering them and this is the third video. Let's get started. How long have you been married? For 4.5 years. Other than YouTube, do you do something else for a living? I mentioned this in a previous video, but my husband and I have a business together. Let's see. I'm scrolling through the way I'm doing these videos. I'm just scrolling through the comments and answering them from the very bottom of the list all the way up, so you can kind of follow me that way. But this is the third one. I'm just looking for questions that haven't been repeated. How do you wear your ring halfway down your finger? The ring is just a smaller ring, and so that's as far as it will go. This person asked a really sweet question, like, what do you do when you're sad? Let me read it exactly. It was a little bit down here. Hold on one second. Here it is. My question for you is how to keep positive when you're feeling sad or something bad happens. Yeah, it's a great question. I think we all have to ask that of ourselves sometimes. You know, I really bring those things to the Lord. I answered a question in the last video. I had multiple people ask me if I was a Christian. Yes, I am. And I try to bring my feeling sad to God and share it with him, talk to him about it, tell him if something horrible happens or bad, like I try and bring that to God and like talk to him about it, ask him for help, ask him for understanding, and like choose to trust him with it. And it's pretty amazing because he always seems to take care of it in one way or another. Using it for good. You know, something else that I do is I talk to my friends, my girlfriends. I'll talk with them about things. I would say primarily, like more so than just my friends though. Like I would go first of all to the Lord, to God, and like secondly really to my husband. We talk about stuff. I'll share with him what I'm going through, comforting each other. So like your husband, your friends, your family, like you can talk with them about things and really be open. Hopefully you have someone you can talk to about that, and if you don't, you always have God you can bring that to. He'll hear you. I also just want to say, like, it's okay to be sad about things that are sad. Like I believe, like, you know like Jesus wept like when his friend died, like he cried. Like it's okay to be sad for a time if it's something you deal with like long term, like really serious, like you know, that's kind of another issue that I would suggest. Yeah, definitely, I always think definitely bring it to the Lord. If it's something like, you know, in a history in your family or something, talk to a doctor about it, that sort of thing. But if it's just like an incident, you know, it's okay to feel sad and to grieve or to feel loss, and then to try and trust God with that and move forward and ask him for help to move forward and to come to a place of joy again. So okay, let's see here. Someone's asking me about like makeup recommendations. Gosh, you know what? I actually don't wear much makeup. I've done makeup videos, but that's not even with my makeup often. Some of it is with mine. Like the only ones that are mine, like I love lipsticks. So like I have like a bright pink lipstick and another like dark deep purple magenta, and those are from MAC. I like MAC lipsticks. I don't wear any like foundation or powder or anything like that. I do wear mascara, And I don't really have any brands in mind. I'm not really good at that. I just like find one that's black and it doesn't run. So I like waterproof because I don't like when it like wake up and it's like all over my face. Because it doesn't. I'm like not even good at cleaning it off at night. So like I just wake up and it's like on my cheeks. And that's that's where I'm at. I don't really wear a lot of makeup. I'm not like so I don't even like clean off my mascara at night. That's probably bad. I don't know. So I don't have a ton of recommendations there, but I do like MAC nail lipstick. And I do have MAC eyeshadow. I have like a palette from them that's really good. I guess MAC's kind of the direction I've gone when I've wanted something to last for a long time and be good quality. Okay, so what kind of camera, lighting, microphone setup do you have? I answered in the last video. I have a Zoom recorder. That's all I know about it. It's my husband's, and I just know it's called a Zoom recorder. Lighting, I always just try and do natural lighting. Unfortunately, the sun's going down right now because I've been answering these questions for a while. So right now it's natural and it's dark, and I'm sorry for that. I don't actually set up lights. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask my husband. The camera, it's also his, and I really am not very good at that. So I'll have to ask him that and get back to you. Let me see. Still some repeats. This one, since this is the third video, a lot of these are going to be repeats, so I'm just going to go ahead and tap while I find some new ones for you guys. What was your favorite color? My favorite color, I would say my favorite color is yellow, and that's because if you line up like a bunch of colors together and you don't include yellow, I feel like once you include that yellow color, it really like makes all the other colors pop. That's just my feeling towards that. Do you like nature or urban areas more? That's hard. I like urban areas. I like them kind of equally in different ways. I don't think I necessarily like one more than the other. Although, like, if you were gonna like show me like hills in England or something, like, okay, I'd like that more than like something epic like that. For me, the like rolling hills in England near a castle or something like that, and Ireland where there's a castle and like beautiful outdoor trees and this and that, like to me that's gorgeous, and I like that more than urban. But in terms of like just general nature or urban, I kind of like different things about both. What's your favorite theme of video you have done? That's a great question. I think one of my favorite, ironically, I just said castles. I think castle was one of my favorites because I just think castles are really cool. So that was probably one of my favorites. I also loved my Narnia one. I loved my video travel to France. That was a fun one. Any of the travel ones, those tend to be my favorites. I will say I recently did one called like a sparkling water, a bubbly water, and I like that one too. Any hair brushing videos that I do, I like those. So that's some. Okay, I had a few people ask me something. I need to look this up because I don't even know what it means. Okay, I'll do that. Do you ever get ASMR from your own videos? I had a few people ask me that question. You know what? I do. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I can sometimes fall asleep watching some of my own videos. I rarely do watch my own because there's so many, it's kind of like I'd like to watch others more than my own. But there have been times where I've watched my own and I've definitely gotten tingles. So that's so funny. Yeah, that's a good question. Let's see. See, this person, I've had this question a bunch of times and I answered it in the last video. The second, I believe it's the second questions answering video that I put out, but they said, are you a Christian? And if so, how did you become one? So I did answer that. I became a Christian when I was 16. I didn't answer that portion of the question. So I was 16 and nobody in my family followed Jesus, actually. Like, when I say nobody, I actually mean nobody. Like, my parents know, their parents know, their siblings, this, that, all those sides of the family. Like, there may have been like one in there randomly that followed Jesus. That was it. So it was a pretty big deal when I decided to follow Jesus. People weren't too excited about that. In fact, they were really, maybe even angry that I just wanted to follow Jesus. Yeah, a friend of mine was a Christian. I have a pretty intense story, actually. It's a pretty long story. It'd be hard to even share it in a moment. Maybe I'll do that as a storytelling video, because it's a long one and I had a lot of people ask about that. So for now, I'll just say, yeah, I was 16 years old. Pretty intense story. I would love to share about it because it's deep. It's like the most important thing to me. So thank you for asking. I really appreciate it, and I will answer that in another video, and I'll try and go into detail for you, as like a soft-spoken video for you to fall asleep to. Let's see. What other questions here? Are you a gamer? No, I'm not. I actually don't play video games. My husband loves to play video games, but I don't even know how to. Like, there's so many details that I'm always like over his shoulder, like, what's going on now? What's going on now? Hey, what are you doing now? I really don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. They look fun. This person says geek or no geek. I'm not sure what that means. If he's asking, he or she is asking if I'm a geek and not a geek, if I like geeks and don't like geeks. I'm not sure, but yeah, geek it up. That's awesome. I love everybody. If you're a geek, that's awesome. I don't know if I'm not like a tech geek or anything like that. Like, I'm not amazing at tech stuff. I'm geeky about things I love, I guess you could say. What kind of dance do you do? I did answer that, I believe, in the first video I made, so if you don't mind, you can check that out. I went into detail about that because a lot of people asked me about dance. Oh man, I love all kinds of dance though. I forgot to mention I love salsa also. I didn't mention that in the last one. Let's see. This person says, I was wondering what other things you do to relax and de-stress. I love watching Netflix, like just watching different shows. I like the storytelling. I love the mysteries. Man, they're putting out some great shows, you know. I feel like the storylines are really good, and it's amazing how they can like plan the story in advance. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched Once or Lost, but like the stories are really intricate, and I love that. So I like just sitting down and chilling and watching a show. That's really nice for me. Something it's really relaxing for me is actually driving with music on. Like, if I have a long drive for something, or even if a short drive, I love when music's on. I love music, so. What is your favorite clothing store or clothing line is the question. Gosh, that's funny for me. Yeah, I've said this a few times, but you know, I don't really buy a lot of clothes. I usually get like, my friends and I have like clothing exchanges where we bring all the clothes that we don't want any longer, we put them out, and then we like shop through each other's clothes. or like thrift stores, things like that. I don't like to spend too much money on clothing. Like I'd probably spend like $50 a year on clothing. Like, no joke, that's literally the truth. But I will tell you the stores that there are a few stores that like I like the style of. Free People. It's called Free People. I think that's really cool. I couldn't afford the clothing, but I like it. I try to be creative with what I have, so like sometimes you get things handed down to you from someone else, this and that, and you can kind of like create cool outfits with it. So that's like a style I like. So many people asked if I had pets. That's so interesting. I'll answer again. I answered in the last video, but people asked so much. No, I don't have any pets. I have in my past, but I don't currently. This person says, I love the antiques you feature in many of your videos. Where do you get them? Are they passed down through generations, or do you find them at various stores? Okay, so yeah, I have like, I think like the antiques you're referring to, probably like family members I've gotten those from. I've not purchased any, so they're not even mine. I usually use them from family members and just say, hey, can I use this in a video? Maybe a few of them have been passed down to me and I actually have them, but I'd say a majority are from my family members. Okay, this is interesting. So another dance question. Are you a professional dancer? I didn't answer this in the last one because it wasn't really the question, I guess. I did teach dance professionally for a while, yeah. For about 4 or 5 years. Yeah, anything else dance related was in my first video. I tried to answer that. I've had a lot of people continue to ask how I decided to make ASMR videos. So I'll put the link below again for that video because I've already made one on that, how I discovered ASMR. So I'll put that down below. And like I said, I'm going from the bottom of the questions all the way up. So if you're following me and I'm skipping questions, it's because they've already been answered in a previous video. Or maybe I'm not answering it because it's something I've decided not to answer, but primarily it's because it's in a past video. Let me see. If you could go anywhere right now, where would you go? That's a really good question. I think the answer would be to Italy. I've never been to Italy, and that is a place I'd like to visit. Yeah, I think so. I'm at the point where I'm having a hard time like finding the newer questions. There's so many repeats. But that's good. I'm glad I'm able to answer your questions. Someone says, is there any way you would ever upload vlogs to a separate channel? I don't know. Currently that's not something I'm planning on, but you never know. What's your favorite foods? I did already answer that one actually. So I'll let you look at that in a past video. Can you do more cooking videos? Yes, I can. I'll try and do that. How long does it take to set up, record, and edit, and upload a video? That's a great question. It usually takes me about, I'd say probably 15 minutes to set up a video, meaning, well, maybe a little bit longer, maybe like 20 minutes, because I have to set up the camera, my chair, my table, get it all set up, because like it's not just set up all the time. I have to like set it up, tear it down, set it up, tear it down, so it takes a little bit of time. I try to record more than one video in a day because of that. I would love to have a place where I could just set it up and leave it. That would be awesome, but where I live, it makes it really hard to do that. Recording, you know, however long the videos, so like usually my videos are around 20 minutes, and then editing depends. It depends on how many dogs are barking and how many cars are passing honking and how many people are talking in the house, because if that happens a lot as I'm recording, I have to stop and I have to edit that part out after the fact. So I just kind of like give myself a cue while I'm recording to cut that part out, and then later I actually go and I watch the video from start to finish in a faster speed and cut out the parts where I've told myself, like I have a little hand movement that I do to like identify, like, hey, this is the part you need to cut out, so I can watch it through and I can see myself make that movement, and I stop there and I cut that part out, and then I go on and do that the whole video. So some videos, you know, there's tons of things happening, I have to cut a lot, so you'll see a lot of fades into the next scene, and some of them only once or twice. So it kind of depends on how many things I have to edit out. Uploading a video takes about half an hour, maybe like 20 minutes is maybe more accurate. It used to take longer because of the way we did it. Someone asked me if I have help doing my videos. My husband helps me with the part of the editing, so I watch it and I edit out the things that are wrong, but then he actually goes through the process of making it all nice and putting on my little ASMRVilla at the beginning and the end, and so he does that for me. So he takes part in this too. I always have to have him on the ball with that, because then I can upload. I have to like have him done with his part so I can upload the video. So he's really sweet and helps me do the videos. Yeah, so I don't quite know how to, that's like a general idea of how long it takes to do each part of those things. And then actually you also have to fill in some things and then upload the video, and then I try and put like my subscribe button and my donate button and my like click here for the next video of mine. So I try and put those things up after the fact. They're called annotations. So it's kind of a bit of a process after you've uploaded your video, like how to actually get it published. But it's not too bad. I'm not quite seeing the next question. It's just more like comments, so let me just find. I think I'm actually getting more towards the more recent ones, so that's good. This person says, I notice you're married, but you don't always wear your wedding ring. Why is that? So like currently I'm not wearing it, and that's just because I like to do some like variety in the videos. I wear my wedding band and my wedding ring. I'll show them to you. This is my wedding band, my wedding ring, my engagement ring. So when my husband proposed to me, he proposed to me with this ring here. And then this is the wedding band that when we got married, we exchanged our bands. He has the same one, but for him. So yeah, I wear these every day, all day, while I sleep, while I shower, while I dance, everything. But I just decided for the videos, like, because the silver, like if I want to do like a gold theme, like I'll take them off so that I can give you guys like the aesthetics of like the gold only. So it's more like aesthetic. It's just for fun for the videos to have some variety. That's a good question. Thanks for asking that. Oh, that's funny. Someone right after asked the same question. I love it. Where's your wedding ring? Do you wear it? Oh, am I really blind that I can't see it? That's great. Thanks so much for watching. Good night.